Britain and France have renewed their call for President Bashar al-Assad to go after an alleged chemical attack by Damascus killed scores of people in a rebel-held area. It's eclipsed an international conference organised by the EU in Brussels, aimed at shoring up stalled peace talks between Assad and his rivals.
In this terrible conflict, there must be no doubt that those responsible for violations of international humanitarian law or human rights, whoever they are, will be held accountable. In particular, we condemn, as I said, the use of chemical weapons, as reported in yesterday's attack, and demand that they cease and that accountability is guaranteed through the appropriate mechanisms. Sustainable and inclusive peace in Syria for the Syrians remains the objective of all our common work.
Referring to Assad as a tyrant, Britain's Foreign Secretary said he was in no doubt that Damascus was behind the reported chemical attack.
All the evidence that I have seen points to the responsibility of the Assad regime. If we are to get on with the reconstruction of Syria, there must be a transition away from the Assad regime.
The future of Assad, who's backed by Russia and Iran, has always been the main sticking point in talks aimed at ending the war.
These events only prove how important this conference is, how important it is to bring together the international community, to be able to put pressure on the parties to the conflict and on the countries that have influence on the parties to the conflict.
The UN's called for billions of euros to deal with the humanitarian situation, and there have been some fresh pledges in Brussels.